Peter Quill, Drax, Gamora, Rocket, and Baby Groot are back in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the sequel to the first one and the next installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe series. This is a fun film that I really liked. I was hooked from the opening when Baby Groot was dancing to Mr. Blue Sky while everybody else was trying to battle this alien. So I was hooked from the opening. And right from the bat, these guys get themselves in trouble when they steal from Ayesha, the leader of the sovereign race. They steal batteries. And then Quill wants to find out who his father is. And it turns out his father is played by Kurt Russell, and his father's name is Ego. I'm not going to tell you what happens after that, who Ego is, or what actually happens, because there's a lot of spoilers in this film that I don't want to ruin for you. But one of the things I liked about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is that writer-director James Gunn in this one, there's a lot of heart in this film that I was actually surprised. I liked the first one. It was a lot of fun. That's when I went into this one thinking that this was just going to be a lot of fun. What I didn't realize was that this was going to hit me on an emotional level, especially when Nebula, Gamora's estranged sister, reveals something to her. I thought Nebula, after the first film, was psychotic beyond belief. And of course, Yondu, played by Michael Rooker, and his revelations to Pete Quill and Rocket, and ultimately what happens at the end. It becomes an emotional feast, actually, in between all of the action. And just like all the other Marvel films, there's a lot of action, a lot of great visual effects. One of the things I like about the Marvel films is that they justify their budgets. Not only do they do a lot of CGI, but they do a lot of real stuff as well. Although there's probably a lot more CGI in this series than other ones. But if there is a flaw in here, is that I wish there was some more quieter moments. But this one has a lot more quieter moments than any of the others in the series. Great cameos from Sylvester Stallone. And at the end, there's a bunch of them that I don't want to spoil for you. Great soundtrack, just like the first one, but the music this time around, as far as the popular songs that were used, were there to also add another layer of emotion. There's a moment towards the end where they play Father and Son by Cat Stevens, and it's a nice, poignant moment in the film. And the theme that kept coming back in this one, as opposed to some of the other ones, was family, your relationships. And that's something that I never really got in a lot of the other Marvel films, except maybe Captain America Civil War. This is a great one. I highly recommend it. And if you haven't seen it already, I urge you to see it. I saw it in a nice Dolby Atmos theater, what they now say premium large format cinemas. I saw it at the Harkins Cine Capri in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is a treat. I didn't see it in 3D, and that's another story altogether. James Gunn, he really did a great one for the series, and I'm glad they gave him a lot of freedom to do what he needed to do in this. And of course, this opens it up for a larger story that will take place in the Avengers Infinity War movies. If you know about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there are phases to each one. We are currently in phase 3, which began with Captain America Civil War, and then Doctor Strange, and now we're up to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and the next Spider-Man film. All these are supposed to somehow come together in the first Avengers Infinity War film. We'll see how that all plays out. I like how, even though these are separate films, there's a bigger story arc all of them are telling. So that's pretty ambitious. Extremely ambitious. So, again, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, highly recommended. I'm a bit confused on what I should do for a rating system here. If you guys out there could come up with something more creative than what I have, please tell me. So far, I'm going to go with highly recommended, pass, fail. Highly recommended means obviously go ahead to the theater, go and see it. Recommended is, okay, there's still some good points there where you should go see it. Pass is like, it passes, but if you want to wait for streaming or buying it on Blu-ray, go right ahead. And obviously a fail, you know what that is. So, don't think I need to say anything else. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to all my new subscribers, and when I get the Beatles box set, for my Beatle fans out there, the Sgt. Pepper box set, I will be reviewing that. Just give me some time on that because I will have to digest it. But thank you for this installment of Film Geek Corner, and I'll see you on the next one.